I got it right there. All right, guys, welcome to Juneau, the capital of Alaska. Yay! There we go. I want to hear something back here. And if I tell a joke, and if it's not good, boo me. I just want to hear something. And I have been booed multiple times in my life. And I've been doing trying to get better this year. I've been doing a lot of research. We have a Disney tour, which we do, and I've been doing a lot of research about Disney characters. And I found out that 6 out of 7 dwarves are not happy. Oh, there you go. I like the booze. I had no feelings. Hey guys, I just want to have a good time today. Be safe, and please, when we get to the glacier, we have 90 minutes, and when I come back to get you, please be there. We only had we got 32,000 people that live here year round. It used to be 31,000, but 1,000 missed my bus last year, and I don't want it to go much more than that. No, plus we have to go to the gardens afterwards, so I don't want anybody to miss that. You're going to really enjoy that. It's a pretty cool tour. Again, my name is Frank. I was born in Michigan, raised in Arkansas. Went to the military for a lot of years and ended up in South Florida. And lived there for about 30, and now I come up here every year in February. And this is kind of my favorite place to be at. I pulled a bunch of strings today, and I got to make sure that all the jewelry stores open for y'all. There's about 37 of them, all for your convenience. And it's actually, hey, have fun with them. Go in there, and they got some nice pieces, and you can really haggle with them and have fun and start leaving, and they'll lower the prices and start leaving again. And I kind of have I think a whole day sometimes to just go from jewelry store to jewelry store. But last year we had a bear that just walked right in the middle of one of the jewelry stores. Was in there for like 45 minutes. They had a hard time getting him out, and they ended up having to use firecrackers to scare him out of there. Y'all didn't like my dwarf joke, huh? I am hurt a little bit. Up ahead of you, we have the Red Dog Saloon, and it's probably the oldest and most famous saloon here in Alaska, especially here in Juneau. And if you get a chance to go, I think y'all are here at 10 o'clock tonight, right? Yeah. If you get a chance to go, and even if you don't eat in there, the ambiance in there is very cool. And it's definitely worth going in there to take pictures of it. They've got all kinds of pictures up on the wall. Ryder, a very famous marshal here, or in the United States, left his pistols in the bar, and they got them, or got one pistol there, and right behind the bar on display. Very cool. And then they have a bunch of sawdust on the ground. And I thought that was kind of the decorations or whatever, but I found out that the owner used to have it down there because a lot of the miners that came in would pay with gold dust. And when they did, they would drop a lot of gold dust on the ground. And they couldn't really sweep it up, and they lost a lot of it. So they had the sawdust down there, and they would kind of cling to the sawdust. Then they put the sawdust in the water at the end of the night, and it would separate, and they made more money on that than they did selling alcohol. So very cool place to go. And you can walking through the town if you get a chance. It's very cool. They have a lot of local bars around here where you can kind of see the regulars that hang out in there, which is kind of cool. Now, as we go through this next stoplight here, if you look to your right, you'll see a big brown building that's got two flags on top, the U.S. flag and the Alaskan flag. That is our Capitol building, and it was voted the 49th most beautiful Capitol building in the U.S. Hey, we beat North Dakota. But it is a nice looking building. And what made Juneau was the discovery of gold back in 1880. We had a man named Joe Juneau, go figure, and his partner Richard Harris, and they enlisted the help of a local chief here called Chief Cowie, and he led them over to Gold Creek. And we're going to go right past Gold Creek in just a minute. It'll be on the right-hand side. And that's where they first discovered gold. They had nuggets in there the size of peas. And this place has blew up. It was one of the biggest gold mining areas in the world for a few years, between here and over across the bridge with Douglas Island. I mean, that's all that happened here for a lot of years. And all the mountains that you see that are close to town are just riddled with mines. Miles and miles of it. If you look to the left, you'll see on the front of Juneau Hotel, you'll see a almost like a Mount Rushmore of Juneau. It's got bust of Joe Juneau, Richard Harris, and Chief Cowie. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but cool little area right here. On the right-hand side, you've got the elementary school, followed by the middle school, followed by the high school. On the left-hand side, you've got the college. Around the corner, we have the retirement home, the hospital, and the cemetery. They call this the Circle of Life, and you don't even need an Uber. Oh, and I did discover on all the research I was doing, the biggest cause of dry skin in Juneau. And you might ask, what is it? A towel. And that one deserves a booze now. Come on. There we go. Thank you. But this is the coolest place. I came up here, I was in a pretty bad time of my life when I came up here back in 2019. And this place is kind of just, like I said, I consider it a home now. In our company, we've got some really good people, and it's like a big family here. So I'm hoping to share a little bit of that with you all today. Now, Juneau is basically a pseudo island. There's no roads that lead here at all. Nothing comes through the mountains or anything. And there's only 3 different ways to get to Juneau. This is a good joke here. You got a plane, a boat, or a bird canal. Come on, hey, I need to tell about that one. But you're gonna love the glacier. Like I said, we get about 90 inches of rain in the downtown area. But where we're going down in the valley, they only get like about 47 inches of rain a year. So it's like it's a huge difference. And they say it's because of the way that the mountains are shaped that it kind of deflects a lot of it from the valley area. That's the valley we have where the airport is, where the glacier is, where I live at. And I'll wake up a lot of days and it'll be all nice and no rain at all. Then I head to the town and there's pouring rain like it is today. And if you look over to your left, you'll see the hatchery. Not a whole lot going over there right now. But around end of June, beginning of July, the salmon start running in here quite a bit. And we all know what the salmon said when they hit the wall. Anyhow. Oh, whoever's laughing back there, I'm bringing you the rest of the year. Those are actually man-made lakes back there. And the reason that they were made was because the highway that you look over to your right was the furthest highway over here. The highway that we're on right now replaced it. I'll wait till y'all are done with this.
Are we all good?
That's it. Hey, and when we get to the glacier, I'm going to have y'all do the outside. Now this is the main highway. This goes about 70 miles from one side of Juneau to the other, and there's a sign on both sides of it that says end of the road. And it's one of the prettiest drives you'll ever do. It's gorgeous out there. So if you ever get a chance and you stay in Juneau a couple days, take a rental car or something out there. It's pretty neat. largest city in the United States in land area. So it's very big. Now it's condensed where people live at here. There's actually downtown area, and then down in the valley there's a lot of places out there. But it's a land area wise, I mean, it's a lot. It's big. I mean, like I said, you can drive 70 miles and still be in Juneau. Now we have about, and I haven't seen a whole lot yet, and we have about 15 to 20,000 bald eagles here. And hopefully we'll see a few more of them as we go on through here. And if not, on the way back we should. Walmart actually, and it's one of the few Walmarts that I know that went out of business. And there's a couple of reasons behind it. They had a lot of thefts at the time, but also the business plan didn't really jive with the way things are run here. Everything has to be either flown or shipped into here, and they only comes in like once or twice a week, and that didn't fit in with the Walmart part, and they just didn't make enough money. Now we do have the largest Fred Meyer's here, and we have the smallest Costco. So we do have some shopping opportunities here. And we have a Safeway. But they try to keep everything as local as possible. As far as fast food places, we have a Papa John's, we have a Domino's, we have a Subway, and a McDonald's. And that's about it. McDonald's was one of the first ones in this area at all. Oh, let me stop there for a second. Look at all the, see the yellow flowers or on the right-hand side? That is skunk cabbage. And skunk cabbage, eaten by a lot of different animals, but the one animal that's most famous for is the bears. Because when they get out of hibernation, that starts blooming at about the same time. And they use it, they eat the roots of it, and it's like a laxative for them. After 3 or 4 months of laying around, they need something. There you go. Now when we get to the glacier today, the visitor center should be open. They have a movie playing that I think it lasts about 15 minutes. And pretty good movie from what I've heard. If you get tired of being in the rain, we're going to go, when we make our ride up here, we're going to go over all the different things you can do there. But there's also at the visitor center, there's a stuffed black wolf, which I'd like everybody to get a chance to go see it. And his name is Romeo. And if you go down to Nugget Falls, there's a memorial to him, which is like a big plaque on the way down there on the side of a rock. And there's a really, really good story about him, and I'll tell that on the way back from there. And I think they sell the book in there too. I'm not trying to sell books, but it's one of the neatest stories here in Juneau, so I kind of like to talk about that a lot. If there's any dog lovers in here. Yeah, me too. Now everybody remember the bus number. Yeah, 8263. Do not forget that. And you all remember my name. Frank. And I'll be Frank with you all day. have a lot of churches here in Juneau. If you drive around, we have like about 30-something churches, and we have about 30-something bars. And what happened was when the gold was first discovered here, the place kind of blew up. A lot of different miners and settlers came in, and the bars started going up one right after the other. And some of the citizens got a little bit concerned about it, you know, with all the riffraff from the bars. And they had a big town meeting, and it was decided after the meeting they could build as many bars as they wanted, but anytime they build a bar, they had to build a church. And so they've been about even from since then, so it's kind of cool. And we all know why the eagles are always on top of the churches, right? Because they are a bird of prey. That's one of my worst ones. I like it, so I'll just tell it to myself from now on. Now when we get here, guys, I'm going to drop you off on the right side of the road. There's 5 parking spots for buses, and I'll point it out to you when we get a little bit closer. In front of us, when I park, there's a blue Ranger shack. Right behind the Ranger shack, and you'll see the Ranger shack because there's 2 flagpoles right in front of it. Behind that are restrooms. Very nice restrooms, and much needed sometimes. Behind that and up on top of the hill to the right is your visitor center. And very good place to warm up a little bit if you need to. And also to sit down for a little bit. So the movie's in there, Romeo's in there. So it's a cool place to go. Sorry about that. Now my favorite thing to do is to tell people, I've never had anybody say that it was a bad suggestion, is go down to Nugget Falls. It is about, it'll take you about 20-some minutes to walk down there, about 20 minutes to walk back. Paved most of the way down, so it's an easy access. And it is beautiful down there. The walk itself in the rain is kind of cool. It's, I wouldn't say spiritual, but it is very neat. And when you get down there, the Nugget Falls is beautiful. There's a photo op place when you first start the trail that you can actually take pictures of both Nugget Falls and the glacier in one picture, which is cool. But once you get down to Nugget Falls, you can only take the picture of Nugget Falls. But it is a beautiful, surreal walk, and well worth doing. Now don't decide with 20 minutes left that, okay, I'm gonna go do what Frank told me to do. Because then you won't make it back in time. And then I'll leave you. I don't want to leave anybody there. We need to be able to see what time is it right now. Get down there, so it's 2:30, 3:30. So about 10 to 4 is our pickup. If that changes, if we get stuck behind something before that, it'll change a little bit. But we'll come up with the time before we get out the bus. Now, what not to do there? Do not take any food out there that is not airtight. Do not take any sodas, pops, anything with sugars in it. The bears can smell it from a long way away, and they like that kind of stuff. And they are, the majority of them are out of hibernation, so you don't want to get them coming at you. Now we do have the black bear here in Juneau, and they're the least of the, as far as being aggressive of all of them, but they're still 300-pound bears. I always make sure I'm with somebody that I can run faster than. But we do have rangers out there too, and they try to spot them before you all do it. And you know, like I said, just treat them with respect, and you shouldn't have any trouble at all. Don't try to beat them, don't try to corner them, and you should be fine. And this is the Tongass National Forest. This is the largest temperate rainforest in the world. So the rain is not uncommon here. And it is beautiful today. So after we all load up, after pick you back up, and we're at the soon-to-be return of the time that we're going to decide on, we'll go to the Glacier Gardens for 90 minutes, and you're going to love that. Now if you look over to your left a little bit, you'll see the reason you're here. And you'll notice that it'll be about 5 degrees cooler. And again, if you want to go to the Nugget Falls, head toward the Ranger Shack and stay on the sidewalk going toward the glacier to the left of the shack, and it'll take you all the way down there. Please don't miss the Nugget Falls is, to me, the prettiest thing down here. And it's well worth the walk. And if you start right away, go ahead and do the walk, then you can come back and then decide what else you can do in the time you've got left. So I'm going to pick you all up at 5 to 4, so 3:55. Everybody got that? Yep. 3:55. And when you're walking down the stairs at the park, please be careful and use the handrails. And there's the Ranger Shack right in front of us. The 5 parking spots, I'll be picking you up in one of them. If they're all full, which they won't today, so I'm not going to worry about that much. But I'll be in one of these 5 spots right here, hopefully near the front. Right behind the Ranger Shack is the restroom. To the right of that is the visitor center up on top of the hill. And if you follow those people in front of us, they'll take you on your way to Nugget Falls. And guys, go out and explore and have a good time.